Society, Pearl City Boys, episode 13. I honestly feel so good to be back home. And let me tell you why, Tyler. Do you want to know why?
Back home from what?
Back home from cornhole. We're in a cornhole league, and I
Okay.
feel so happy to be back home because my car's in the shop today. So I wasn't able to drive, so we had to drive in your death trap of a fucking car.
Oh, here we go.
And then, guess what happened? Everyone out here listening, we got fucking pulled over.
Here we go.
Of course we fucking did. Because your inspection's from 2 fucking years ago.
I'm still blaming on you. I think we got pulled over because you were with me.
Because I was with you?
Yeah.
Because normally what happens is if we podcast, Tyler meets at my house, we get in my car and I drive us. But since my car's not in the shop, I asked Tyler if he could, drive me back, and so now it's my fault.
Yeah, I think it's the butterfly effect. Like, I can't tell you how many cops I've passed. You know, the eye it takes for the cop driving toward you to look at your inspection and the know-withal to notice the red sticker. Sure, it sticks out, but you have to be looking for it.
All right, so let's just walk through this. We leave the Cigar Club, right? And we keep in mind, we got absolutely fucking demolished in cornhole today. Like, we were playing some professional cornholers, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun at all. It was honestly the least fun I've had in a really long time. So we got there at 6. I got there at 6. You got there at like 6:15. You showed up late. We each had one drink. I didn't even finish my second one because there was like bug in it.
Right.
So we each had one drink. We got demolished in cornhole. We were out of there by 7:30.
We'll call it 8.
Okay.
We got pulled over at 8, so within 6 minutes, 7:50, 55.
Sure. We were out of there within 2 hours. One drink within 2 hours. Tyler gets pulled over. Rewind. We pull out of Cigar Club. Then Tyler takes the wrong turn.
Nope.
And I was, no. Tyler takes the wrong turn. I'm like, Tyler, why did you just go this way? He's like, we just passed a cop. I know he's going to turn around, put his blinkers there, put his lights on, and pull me over. I'm like, what? You're fucking fleeing right now? And lo and behold, a fucking cop car pulls into this cul-de-sac where he tried fleeing from.
So we passed him, and he had took like a semi-turn into somebody's yard, and that's when I sped up, and like I took that right, and you're like, wait, where are you going? Well, we're about to be pulled over. You go, wait, you're fleeing? Like, what went through your mind when that happened?
First of all, I was like, oh, he's fucking done this before. Like, this isn't new. And my question is, how often have you fleed like that and it worked?
I can only think of twice.
So it's happened more than twice?
In my whole life, yeah. Not with this particular
Incident.
Yeah.
But it's happened twice with this predicament with your car that you fled. Like,
I've noticed that I was getting pulled over, and I've lost them twice in my life since I was 16.
Okay, Vin Diesel, do you just like tap into your Fast and the Furious and just like, what do you do? Like, what's a good strategy? Do you pull into like a fucking Burger King or something, or what do you do?
No, you take the next turn, take a next turn, and then you park on side of the street, turn your lights off, and then you're not there.
You're not there?
Right, you're just a parked car.
Right.
Recline the seat back, you're not there. It wasn't me. Another silver car.
That's going to work for you?
Both times it's been in Jamestown, so I knew the streets better than I know up here.
Yeah.
But yes, it's worked
Oh my
twice
God,
for me.
that's so funny. Anyway, the cop pulls up, comes to the side, asks for a license, registration, whatever, all the bullshit. His registration isn't it's expired, so that's whatever.
And I told him that right away.
You did. You were very upfront and honest. But then he tried to throw out that the car smelled like alcohol, and he smelled like alcohol, and we're like, whoa, now, that's not the case. But you were very upfront, which is good, and you weren't slurring.
I didn't think I was.
No, but I just find it so crazy. If anything, the car, smelled like cigars or like smoke, right? Like, I think it's
He had to have been trying to like
fish.
Yeah, fish for something because the windows are down, first of all. We didn't drink. We each had one drink.
Yeah.
And we've had cigars. So if anything, I think the smell of cigars would be on our breath, not one drink.
Yep.
So I was like to you, I was like, well, we got Blue Moons. And I was like, well, is it because I had the orange at the end that was soaked in the beer? And you were like, that's the only thing I could think of.
Maybe, but even then, that's not strong enough to.
No.
So I think he was fishing.
And it was like, your eyes are glossed. Like, what does that mean? You think I'm high too?
Yeah.
Like, I told you we were at a cigar club. I said we just left the cigar club,
Yeah.
not a bar, the cigar club.
So obviously you're gonna be, whatever and smoke. But it was just, I just find it so funny that the one time that you drive us, that happens.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's it's a perfect story. Like, it's content. As much as I don't want it to be content, it's because you were with me.
Yeah. So now that because you got to fix a ticket now. So are you actually going to get it fixed, or
I have to.
Okay, now at this point you have to. We're just gonna go pay. You're not gonna pay the ticket and then just roll the dice again. You have to get it fixed.
I'm gonna be honest. When he gave me all 3 or 4 of them, how many tickets I just
he
got,
he got 4 tickets.
however many I just got, in my head is like, it's a lot of money. Am I gonna pay the tickets and then get everything fixed too? That's twice as much. So
Well, actually, so you got 1 fix-it ticket, which is the windshield.
Yep.
That's broken, and then the other 2 are bring it. Hopefully, have it done by then, and say, "Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. Please don't fucking make me pay this money."
yeah, which all means they won't give me points, but I have to fucking pay tickets, whether it's
Yeah.
an expensive parking ticket, 3 of them, or however many.
Yeah. Well, it'd be 2. I think you'll have 2.
Yeah.
The registration and then the inspection.
And then he pulled up, license and registration. I just gave him my license. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. my registration is expired, and he just like smiles at me. Then looks at the inspection. He goes, and that too, like it sticks out like a sore thumb. And I go, I know. He goes, why? Where are you coming from? And we told him, where are you going? And you're like,
My house.
my house. Where's that? In Lackawanna. He goes, why did you like turn down here?
So
And I
he
was
knew
just-
you were
Yeah.
fleeing.
So I was like, we were going. He's like, listen, don't bullshit with me. Like, trying to run away from me. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, it sticks out like it's red, man.
For all everything we're saying, the guy was actually really cool.
Maybe the nicest cop that's ever pulled me over.
Really nice cop. Yeah.
Yeah, super nice. And then like I give him, he's like, do you have your old registration? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how old that registration was, because that address that was on that is like 3.
Cycles ago.
Yeah, like that was back when I lived in Jamestown.
Yeah. Like literally, man, you gave him 3 pieces of like identification or whatever, and all 3 had different fucking
Yeah.
IDs on or different addresses on
Yeah,
them.
looks at my license. That's a different address. That says Jamestown.
You told him where you lived, which is a different address.
Yeah,
That's
in
on your-
Buffalo. I said I just moved, and then I give him my registration, which is a 3rd different address. So if he wanted to, he
could've
could have
got
fucked
you.
my life up.
Oh, hard. He could have been like, this guy's a grifter. This guy's just bullshitting me.
Yeah, this guy is up to no good.
Oh, man.
But and then he came back and he was like, I don't know if he brought up the drinks again. He had to have.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'll take a breathalyzer. Like, well, I don't want you to get jacked up or caught up in anything. I was like, but like there's no way you can smell alcohol.
Yeah. No, it's true. And it's just, again, like, I would understand if it was like, but that's just, you can't get pulled over for a cigar. So it's just like, it's just so crazy that he was like, oh, I smell alcohol. But he didn't just say alcohol on you. He said alcohol on you and in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that work?
Like your cigar, the unfinished one, was
Yeah.
in the front seat.
So you definitely still smelled that.
Yeah, I don't. And he was a nice enough guy. It's like, but like, why are you doing that?
And you know what? I have honestly deep respect for the police and what they do. But then it's situations like that where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like he was just trying to fish to fuck you over, just to be like a dick.
Yeah, but didn't, and I'm grateful.
Absolutely. Again, grateful. Good guy.
Honestly, I would invite him to go back to the cigar club. I'd have a stogie on me, bro. Thanks.
Maybe. I don't think he would take you up on that. I think that's quid pro quo.
But it's funny because as I was telling you this off air, like I'm in the process of finally fixing my car. Like to get it inspected, it's what I think is much more than just the windshield.
Yeah. And you don't even know what's going on underneath the hood or underneath the
Right.
everything. So it could be even
So
more.
I just ordered 4 new shoes for it,
Yeah.
$500. I have to get my brakes done this weekend because I'm sure that they're shot because it's been so long. So it's like I'm in the process and now I get pulled over.
Mm-hmm. Well, that process got to be fucking sped up now, man.
Whereas before you were like, yeah, that thing's a death trap when it was.
Yeah. You got what, 30 days? You got plenty of time. A lot can happen in 30 days.
Yeah, but windshields are expensive.
No, they're not.
Couple $100.
Go to Safelight Repair. No, that's not the same thing. The quick fix, the on the road, they'll come to you.
That's expensive.
It's not that expensive. So I remember someone broke in. Like, granted, it was a side window. I don't know how much crazier a front window is, but like my side window, 2 of them got smashed. It wasn't terrible. Like, it was cheaper than getting pulled over 6 times. Way cheaper.
It's not the first time I've been pulled over with all these infractions, but it's the first time I've got ticketed for all of them.
Won't be the last, man.
No, it's not. If I was looking for a sign, that's the sign.
Well, just think, like let's just, I'm not whatever, but imagine. So let's say you do have to end up paying whatever this parking ticket, $150. Let's just say you get 2 parking tickets that it gets dropped down, right? How much more would the windshield would have cost?
Well, I've told, and I've said it on the podcast, I've got ticketed for both when it was parked on the street outside my house. Those were $80 a piece.
Okay, so 160.
Yeah.
And let's say you have to pay another $100. Let's just throw that out there. $260. Probably would be cheaper to just get it fixed than to get these tickets.
Everything?
No, I'm talking about the windshield.
I think the windshield is 200 plus.
No way. We're looking this up. We're doing this on the podcast. We're trying to get this. Windshield replacement cost. What do you think? You really think $200?
200 plus.
What's the big Safelight? Safelight repair, Safelight
Safelight
replace. Sponsor us, boys.
Yeah.
Get a quote. We're gonna figure this out. Oh, and then in addition to it, let's just throw this in there. We get home. We pull up to my apartment.
Well, let's not go there yet.
No, you don't want to go there.
No.
You want to keep talking on the car? Okay.
We'll finish the car.
Okay. Let me see.
Because it's not just like a little, what do they call it? Like when a rock hits it?
What year's your car?
10. It's not like a little thumbnail crack that's in the windshield.
Oh no, you'd have to replace the whole windshield
It's lengthwise.
across the entire thing.
The cop looked at it. He goes, "Yeah, I really appreciate
what kind of car
you,
is it?
Highlander. I really appreciate you being honest, but like that's super bad. Like you have to get this windshield replaced."
All right, let's see what we got here. Have you ever looked?
I did at one point. And it was expensive.
Damage is larger than 6 inches. Yeah. Continue. I'm gonna feel really bad if it's way more than that. Do you have leather seats? I don't know why
Yes.
that matters.
What do you want? Safe light?
Yeah. This is super riveting podcast material, but we're figure this out. Blue shade or green shade?
Fuck. Well, blue. That's
Blue
the
shade.
top, right?
Yeah, maybe. Solar heated glass wiper park?
Probably not.
They all say that. Maybe it's just what one do you want? Maybe you get to pick
I don't
one.
know. Sounds like a fucking Maserati windshield.
Do you want a blue windshield or a green windshield?
I don't care.
Pay on your own. Maybe they'll give you a deal if you pay on your own. That's kind of exciting. Maybe they'll give you a cash deal like the Mafia.
Doubt it.
It's a little more than I thought.
Yeah, how much?
It's a little more than I thought. $350.
$350. Now you know why I haven't fucking done
I
it.
take it back. I take it back. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. A little more than I thought.
And you want to know
That's
what
safe
else?
light though. It might be cheaper somewhere else.
You want to know what else fucking sucks? It's not even cracked like my fault. I had nothing to do with it
What
being
happened
cracked.
with it?
So one day I went into work. This is like in the spring 3 years ago.
Okay.
It's been cracked longer than my inspection and my registration has been out.
No, have you
I got
gone
it. But the last time I got it inspected 2 years ago, I got it passed
with the windshield?
with the windshield.
So maybe you'll be able to do that anyway.
I went to my buddy who owned a shop.
Yeah.
But he sold it, and now I don't know where else to go. And now I can't because I got to get the fucking thing signed off.
Yeah.
But I went to work one morning 3 years ago in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
When I went into work, super cold. It was like 20, 30 degrees or something. When I left the parking lot, when I came back to my branch and left in my car, I was like, how did I get this crack? And it was like 80 something degrees out. So in one day, that temperature fluctuation,
No
I
way.
think just cracked it.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Like,
Because it's just sat in my spot.
I mean, someone could have thrown something at it, but it doesn't
But
look
where's
like.
where's
it doesn't look like someone threw anything. Like,
where's the breaking point that started the
Yeah.
whole thing, you know?
That's kind of nuts. I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah, I'm not the bad guy.
No. Well, no,
Everything just happens to me.
Now, have you tried just bringing it to a random mechanic and being like, hey, will this pass inspection with a windshield like this, or do I need to replace it?
I've kind of asked. I don't think I've ever showed him it, but
Yeah.
like my old mechanic, well, my current one up here, but he doesn't work on weekends. I can't. Everything needs to be done. Like I can't just drop my car off because I
Yeah.
need it to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I can't really go a whole day.
I would drive you, man.
Yeah, but you're working. I mean,
I'd take off for you. Friendship.
okay.
I would take off for you, man. Come on.
I don't want you to take off for me.
Why, man? Would you feel bad?
Yeah,
Why? We're friends.
we are.
Would you do the same for me?
Take off a day?
Yeah. Would you take off? Would
No,
you
I'd probably
sacrifice?
try to work around my schedule to accommodate you.
You would, if I really needed you, you wouldn't take off work for a day. If I really
It's
needed you
harder
as a
for me
friend,
to take off than for
Tyler.
you.
If I really needed you as
What
a
is?
friend,
It depends on what your situation is.
I don't know. I'm getting a ticket for $350. I need to fix stuff. I really need you just as a friend. You wouldn't take off for me?
For a ticket? I don't know, buddy.
Oh, that hurts a little bit. I'd take off for you, just to let everyone know.
Well, I appreciate it, but it's just words. And I believe you, but like I'm also never gonna ask you. I don't want you to miss any days of work and making money.
I hear you. I don't know. I feel bad, man. I do. Like I feel. I'm giving you so much shit. And I gave you shit. I'm pretty sure I broke into like cackle laughing, like 3 times on the way
Which
home.
it's funny. I'm not really upset about it. It just sucks. Like I've had it coming.
Oh yeah, no. This was just about time. Or like, I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen sooner.
And what's kind of funny is he was like, yeah, so if you get pulled over again, just like put your receipts up on your dash so the cop knows and they'll leave you alone. I go,
Yeah.
oh, well, I've got, a ticket. Like if I would have had it up there, would you have let me go? He's like, yeah, I know you're trying to fix it.
Well, do you think he would have looked at the ticket and said, "Oh, you got this like 2 months ago"?
I'm not sure. Well, I don't have the actual ticket. I just have the orange parking
Yeah.
ticket thing.
Could you just pay the ticket?
Yeah, I just paid
Yeah.
it.
That's so funny, though. Okay,
It's-
let's just get back to this part. I think this is honestly a funnier part of the story. So we get back to my house.
So we're dry. Yeah.
Yeah, we get back to my house, and all of a sudden Tyler's phone starts ringing. Tyler, you want to this is your story technically. So do you want to?
Yeah, so we just parked. This is minutes away from since we're about to start recording this podcast. Brother Marsh calls me and says, "Yo, I just want to let you know that there was like 15 people in your front yard." And right there I'm like, "What happened? My house get broken into? Like what's going on in my head?"
Not even that. 15 people in your front yard holding your dog.
Yeah, holding my dog. And I was like, "Well, this doesn't make any sense." He goes, yeah, apparently he like jumped out like cuz I bought a 2-family home. I live upstairs. And there's like a ledge like I guess where you could go out on, but there's no doors, just
Yeah, it's
windows.
like above like where the porch is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, my dog had managed to like
Shimmy.
through a semi-opened window and was like hanging out up there. And so Marsh goes, yeah. I was like, well, who got my dog? Like somebody went on my
Wait,
house.
Before that, the way that he described it, he said that this person said that your dog was wrapped up in cables and was like about to die. Like
Yeah.
the way that he described it, like your dog was on the brink of death.
Which I would have believed if he had like a leash on or something.
Yeah.
Like the retractable
Sure.
leash. Like, sure. How's a naked dog get wrapped up in cables like that? I don't even think there's that many cables up there.
I don't even know why there would be cables.
Like there's a
up there.
satellite up there.
Okay, anyway, so again, okay, so Kyle says this, and then he says who rescued
He's
your
like,
dog.
yeah, well, yeah. It's like, so, like, did somebody go up there and get him? Like, how do they have my dog? Yeah, he goes, I guess somebody next door, and his voice gets like real low. And I'm gonna be honest, I think she's like a heroine. Think she's like 90 pounds soaking wet. Like, think she's like cracked out right now. She like climbed up onto your porch and like all the way up and grabbed the dog.
Like parkour up.
Yeah, like Spider-Man.
Listen, adrenaline does crazy things when they need to rescue. Women get like that motherly instinct. She really needed to rescue that dog.
Which he had to have been barking or crying or something up there, right? I didn't ask him. There's no like
Well, he wasn't home either, so he doesn't know, right? It's
But
whatever
like
the crackhead
for
says.
15 people to be on my yard looking up at the, what do you want to call that area? The top porch?
Yeah.
The top porch. Like, otherwise, they just see a dog up there. And,
But imagine it could also be it's whoever saw the dog first, right? Because it could be that this crackhead, heroin addict, whatever, walks by, and you know that they're gonna make the biggest deal out of it. Like, there's a fucking dog up there. There's a dog up there. Who would leave the dog up there?
Yeah.
Like, why is there a dog up there? And you know, and then you have all of your other neighbors coming around, be like, I don't know, Jerry, why is there a fucking dog up there?
we gotta go get the fucking dog.
Exactly. And then you have, which now, honestly, man, kind of weirds me out. Not weirds me out, but worried for you. Like, who knows what this person is? Now she knows she can climb up on your.
That's what I'm saying. And my windows were open.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Well, he goes, well, I would hope, Brother Marsh goes, I hope you would think like that your dog is safe as the number one. I go, but yeah, but like somebody was like up on my house.
Yeah.
That freaks me out more.
Literally.
Because the dog, I don't think he would ever have gotten out the windows. That's why I left them open.
Yeah.
But then for him to jump down, how far is that? 30 something feet?
I don't think your dog would have jumped down.
That's what I'm saying. So he's probably fine up there.
Yeah. He's probably just like, it's fucking hot. It feels good up here. Whatever.
Yeah. What a dumbass.
How old is your dog?
77.
In dog years? What is that in human years?
11.
11.
Still a spring chicken, though.
Obviously, since he's doing fucking parkour on the roof, hanging out with wires and crackheads.
My little Pitweiler.
What is it? Like a Bichon?
What?
Isn't it like a Bichon?
What's a Bichon?
Whatever dog you have.
I have a Shih Tzu.
Okay, whatever.
Pitweiler.
Okay. Looks like fucking those things from Star Wars. Wookiees. Not Wookiees. What are those things? Those little puppet things
what
from
are
Star
those
Wars.
things?
I don't know.
That's going to bother me if we don't figure it out.
Ewoks.
Ewoks.
Ewok.
Yeah, he kind of looks like an Ewok.
Yeah.
I'll take
He
that.
looks exactly like an Ewok.
Especially when he's hairy.
Yeah.
He's cut right now.
Is he?
Yeah. So he looks presentable for the fucking all my neighbors to see.
Do you think they're going to be waiting outside for you when you get home tonight, being like, here's the irresponsible dog owner?
Yeah, they're all going to run up to me. How long do you think they were standing on my front yard with my dog? Because Marsh said he pulled up and they had him. So, like, how long were they there?
You never know.
And this was a spectacle.
Well, did you go home first before you came to Cigar Club? Well, yeah, you were home showing the thing.
I came from
So-
my house to there.
I guess it could have been an hour, 2 hours, right? Because we were only there for 2 hours.
So within 2 hours.
Yeah, all this happened within 2 hours. And it's not like the dog was fine when you left, right? Like,
Yeah.
and the dog's never done this before.
Never.
Never.
I mean, granted, I've only lived in this house for 3 months,
Yeah.
but
No, it hasn't even been that long. You've probably been there for like a month and a half.
I'll go 2 months. I've had it for several months, but I
Yeah.
haven't actually lived in it.
I don't know. I just
Fucking wild.
I
What
just
a-
think it's so funny that it went from you getting a ticket and this happening to a bunch of crackheads rescuing your dog from the roof, and I'm just like, what kind of a day are you having, or a week?
Yeah, what a fucking roller
What a
coaster,
sign,
buddy.
Do you believe in signs?
Well, what's the sign about the dog? I get the sign about my car. I gotta actually take care of my shit,
Yeah.
right? What's the sign about my dog? Is that fucking double repercussions for my car?
Yeah, that's just like because you took so long to take care of your car. God's like, well, you listen, man, you're being really shitty right now.
What a jerk of a dog. I just fed him and stuff before I left, too. I could have waited, dude. Don't you care?
I just can't believe he shit me. Well, honestly, man, even when I came over that one day for the cookout, he was like getting in sort of all sorts of. It's true, the dude's 11, but he is a spring chicken. He just like is still running around trying
Yeah.
to fucking get into shit.
But, and even back then, like, it's all gated.
Yeah. No, I mean in your back. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a
all
fence.
fenced in. I don't want him back there in some of that shit, but he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I can't, because the window is only cracked like this much. I mean-
use both your hands.
Like
Yeah.
this much. What is that, 8 inches?
But then again, your dog is only that big. Like your dog's head
Yeah, but
is only like this big.
But, like, it had to have been somewhat of a struggle. I mean, to get onto the couch and to fucking shimmy over the branch, like, I don't know how he did it. Which my dog,
Maybe here's the thing. Maybe the crackhead broke into your house, and your dog was trying to escape from the crackhead. And then
don't fill this up with some bad juju.
I'm just saying, man. What if Crackhead breaks into your house. The dog tries to escape. Call the cops. Narc. And the crackhead takes it and is like, "Oh my god, I found this dog. It was on the ceiling." I'm telling you. Think about it.
I know I'm pretty biased.
Think about it.
But I feel like my dog is like extremely smart for a dog.
Smarter than a crackhead.
Smarter than a heroin addict is what
sorry.
Brother Marsh
My
said.
bad. Heroin.
Like, so me and Brother Marsh used to have another place.
Yeah.
Within like the first week that Marsh was up there, he had like ordered pizza, right?
Mhm.
Put it on a paper plate, put it on the coffee table, and then like was like, "Oh, forgot my drink." Went to go grab his drink. My I was gonna say my dad. My dog fucking stands up on two legs, takes it by the crust, and then starts eating it in front of Marsh. And then he went to like,
Bold.
yeah, just my pizza now.
And Kyle's like, well, okay. I guess
Yeah.
it's yours now.
He went to like go get it, and he would just like run away just enough to make Marsh work for it, but like kept eating it. He does all the funny stuff to Marsh. With like right when we started moving in there, my dog has all these toys,
Yeah.
and if you throw it, he'll fetch it a couple times before he gets tired. He has like this mallard,
Mhm.
and Marsh would like when we first got there, he would take it and he was like, "What, you want to play? You want to play?" And he would throw it down there, and Bentley would just look at him like, "I don't want to fucking go get that now. I was just sitting here saying hi. You just walked in." But the way Marsh says it is so funny.
Well, Marsh is also used to having a dog that's what, fucking 150 pounds.
A moose.
Literally a moose of a dog. So, who do you think would win in a fight, Marsh's dog or your dog? Because I've seen videos of Marsh's dog, and I'm like, that thing looks like just a little baby.
If that thing could hunt my dog, it would eat it.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's a big dog. I don't know how much. I don't know what he wants to go.
I just feel like Bentley's scrappy.
Oh, he's scrappy.
Real scrappy.
He can also like he sits on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he gets into my trash, like a little trash bin in my room, like I'll beat his ass, and he knows it, right? You know, bring him back there, and I won't.
Yeah.
He'll get on my bed and fucking stick his neck down there, and it's like a snapping turtle that fucking gets longer.
Yeah.
And he'll take pieces out of stuff. Like
he'll
if there's
know
a wrapper,
he'll know just how far he can get without getting punished for
yeah.
it.
Like if there's like a cookie wrapper or something, he'll just get in there and take it. Fucking rip it all up.
That's
but
funny.
without spilling the garbage.
Like without getting in trouble
yeah.
for it.
I will never know. It'd be under my bed. I would never know that he did it.
He's been alive for 11 years. I feel like he's learned a lot of shit.
He's also got his ass beat. Still doesn't care.
He's like, listen, man, I've seen you hit like a little bitch. Like I don't know what you want me to do.
And it's also like, yeah, you're mad now, but like, give it a couple hours.
You'll give me a treat
Yeah.
because I fucking sat down.
Yeah, because you feel bad, you big bitch. I'm a cute little dog.
Oh man, and that's just what a funny way to start out this podcast. Because I don't think we really had a lot of content to talk about in this podcast. We had a lot of stuff going on this week.
Yeah.
But that was a good way to start it. I don't know.
What a roller coaster.
What a roller coaster is right. I'll tell you what though, man. I've had a weird week this week, and not maybe just a weird week in my life. I started rewatching, the show Peaky Blinders.
Yep. I know of it.
Favorite TV show. I'm rewatching it.
I've told you my problem with TV shows, right?
No, you like to watch it be completely done.
Yeah.
This is okay. There's like 2 seasons.
That's
left.
why I
But
haven't
there's
watched it,
But
but
there's 5 seasons.
I know. But you lose all the nostalgic weight and stuff.
Okay.
But it's on. I've only heard great things about Peaky Blinders.
It's my favorite. It's again second time watching it now. I've never wanted to smoke cigarettes and wear like fucking 3-piece suits in my entire life. I swear to God. Like, do you ever watch shows and then want to change your entire life around characters or like a certain fucking like aesthetic from said show?
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, like, I know we go to Cigar Club, but I'm like, I'm just gonna fuck like whatever, like lung cancer, like. If I can look like these guys, I feel like it might be worth it. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to decide in my head.
What are they? The Shelbys?
Yeah, the folk and Shelbys. It's a good.
The British, right?
Yeah, the folk. They're from folk in Birmingham. That was bad. That was real bad. And then you got Tom
Call
Hardy.
to Bobby, you frigga wanker.
Tom Hardy plays a character in like London. He's like the head of
Tom
like,
Hardy's in it?
Yeah, man. He's like the leader of the Jews.
I didn't know that.
But he fucking talks like Bane from The Dark Knight, but like without a mask, but way more difficult to fucking understand.
I didn't know Tom Hardy was in it.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking great.
I had
One of his
watched.
best performances he's ever given.
I had watched another movie where he's in some kind of. It's not the mafia. What is
Or
it?
his twins.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Plays two characters.
Yeah.
Plays them so well too.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders isn't the mafia though. What is it?
It's like a gang. I mean,
Bootleggers?
no,
What is it?
They started out with like horse betting.
Okay.
Then they get into other stuff. But
The outfits, those 3-piece suits
it's
with
fucking great, right?
Yeah.
A
With
nice wool suit with like a chain, like a
Yeah.
pocket chain. Oh my god!
in the
come on.
hat. I don't know what you call that. I always call it like an Ireland hat,
It's like a
golf hat type thing.
yeah, I forget the actual word for it.
They look so badass.
Don't they look fucking great, man? With the fucking boots. I'm like, well, listen, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see me fucking sweating my ass off. But like, it's hot. I can't wear a 3-piece suit right now. There was an event, a GOP event at the cigar club, and people were showing up in suits, and I was like, ooh, bold,
Hell yeah.
bold, man.
They had no choice to do that.
But I'll tell you what, I would rather never wear a suit ever in my entire life than wear one that doesn't fit. I'll tell you what, there's nothing more ridiculous than seeing someone in a suit that isn't tailored or doesn't fit them.
You want to know what's funny? Do you remember like early 2000s, like NBA players when they were drafted? Like they were all baggy. They didn't
Yeah.
fit. What was that?
It was a look. I mean, that just goes back to, remember Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Soldier Boy, tell him. And it was like he was wearing, what were those pants that girls used to always wear?
Flare pant? I don't
Yeah,
know.
what were they called?
Oh,
Gaucho pants or something?
I don't know about that.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about,
Yeah.
though. Like the MC Hammer pants.
Yep.
Same thing. I don't know what the fuck this fashion is.
Floods.
No, Flood's when they're too short.
Oh.
Because they think the flood's coming.
What was the whole thing where they wore shorts that went to their ankles?
Like pants? Like
yeah,
capri pants?
but they were shorts. They were just
shorts.
extra shorts.
I think it was just the same, like, I genuinely think it was just the same style of pant. It was just the same style, right? Because the pants, you know.
I don't think so.
Because, you know, like, pants, you're supposed to have, like, usually it's like a 2-finger crease at the shoe line, right? Or the sock line. Either that or, like, a no crease.
Mm-hmm.
They had, like, 12 creases when these, like, basketball players, you know, they were folding, like, 3
Yeah.
times, like a slinky, when they put the damn suit on. And the shorts were just kind of like, well, if this is how long our pants are, our shorts need to be equally as ridiculous.
I never got it. Like, you know, I remember like watching like Kevin Garnett on draft day. Looks like somebody put like a tube in like and like blew him up. Like it was just so wide and flaily.
And then you see like LeBron on draft night when he got drafted, and then
Yeah, yeah.
LeBron now, his like the stuff that he wears are like these crazy fitted short suits. I'm like, what the
Who
what
do you
happened?
attribute that change to? Somewhere along the
Just
lines, it was
fashion,
gay
right?
to wear like skinny jeans,
Sure.
and then it was like,
Listen, man, I wore skinny jeans long time ago. I wore skinny jeans before they made like men's skinny jeans. I used to buy my jeans at like Old Navy.
yeah,
Yeah, women's skinny jeans.
you ahead of the times.
I know.
But what made the switch?
I have no idea.
It was,
don't even
all
know
of a sudden
what
it
it
was
is.
just like cool.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll tell you what though, I started wearing them because I was really into the band. Well, I was really into Fall Out Boy, but I was also really into the band Boys Like Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead singer, I was like, that guy's fucking awesome.
The Great Escape.
Yeah.
That's them, right?
Yeah, but I was like, that dude looks fucking dope. So it's like, I'm gonna again. I see someone, I'm like, I'm gonna cater my entire personality and like everything around that person.
Oh, maybe it was you then.
Maybe
You know what? It took me until I want to say the 6th grade to start wearing jeans.
You wore shorts every day.
I wore shorts and I wore those cargo shorts that cut off into shorts.
Yeah.
Or cargo pants that cut off.
But you probably lost the bottoms. That's why.
Yeah. My mom said that people were threatening to call CPS because I would show up in winter in shorts.
I remember you walking out, like you'd show, because people like, with our school, I don't know how other people's schools are. I'm assuming it's the same, but like we all wait outside until the bell rings to go inside. So like you'd see people show up, we'd just be hanging outside, but it would be, you know,
Yeah.
30 degrees out, 20 degrees out, and Tyler would show up in his fucking basketball shorts.
Yeah, me and Chubbs as he was sitting out there eating fucking chicken wings.
What a crazy schooling. That was, I remember Jeff.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah, was when would I remember it more than anything when you were younger.
Well, then maybe you started it.
What, the skinny jean trend?
Yeah.
I don't think I started the skinny jean trend in the world.
No, not the world.
Oh, just in
around
the area.
us?
Maybe. But we talked about that. That's why I got in that first fight with Tyler Brown, because he fucking made fun of my skinny jeans.
I didn't know that was the reason.
Yeah, dude. He said I looked like a little bitch. And I was like, whoa now. Watch it, man.
Said, but your
I
girl
look-
likes this bulge.
I look like, dude, my bulge was definitely fucking showing, that's for sure. because also, like I said, they didn't. So like going back, they didn't make men's skinny jeans. Like they just didn't do it. So I wore like the women's ones. So the women's jeans weren't fucking like made for men.
Right.
I mean, it like I would get like a size up or whatever. So it was still whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still, my fucking dick was just like screaming like, help
Out
me,
there.
fucking give me some air.
I'm surprised you didn't get like ISS, like indecent
No.
exposure.
Nah.
You're fucking ham hawk
They
down
fucking
there.
loved it. Fucking Miss Veely, shout out, loved it.
Shout out,
kidding.
shout out ham hawks.
Yeah, no, it was it was a good time.
I used to have. You wore women or chicks pants.
Sure.
I used to have chick shoes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Like heels?
No. They were like athletic shoes, but they were women's. But they
You had-
never
'cause
came.
you had tiny feet?
They, I did have tiny feet, but that's not the reason why. They never.
So you didn't have
They
to worry
just-
about the bulge then? With your tiny
Pants?
Yeah, with your
I'm
tiny
talking about
women's.
shoes.
I know, I'm talking about because you have tiny women's feet. I'm assuming you don't have to worry about the bulge showing.
I don't wear skinny jeans because my
Right.
nuts don't fit.
Okay.
Who says that?
I don't know. 'Cause
Jay Z.
I don't like
I had a pair of.
I don't get the
I don't
hype.
know if you remember, like orange Shocks. You remember when Shocks were the hottest?
like Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the shocks on the outside, in the
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
I had an orange pair, and they were women's.
Did those actually do anything?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe jump super high for a white guy.
Okay, go ahead. So you had a pair of orange
And
shocks.
I made everybody call me Sweet Feet back in Jefferson.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I remember that?
Probably because it was true. I'm not lying.
That was. Do you remember? Do you remember at Jefferson the volleyball tournaments? How lit those used to get.
Jefferson?
Remember we would hit like the volleyball in like gym. We'd all have our fucking team names.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
Gym
like
class was always fun.
gym class was fun, and not even like in a try hard like we were gym class heroes. We just had fun in gym class. Like
Let loose.
let loose with your fucking women's shocks. Any
I
other
ro-
women's clothes you've been wearing? It's 2021. Now's the time to get it out on the podcast. It's
No.
acceptable.
I'm he-high.
He,
He, him.
He, him.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, baby.
No. But you want to start wearing suits.
Oh, I would love to. I have 3 in my closet. It's
only
too
have one.
fucking hot.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say again, all of my suits fit right. Like they're tailored, like they fit well. They look like how they should fit, but they're just like cheap material, right? Like
Yeah.
a good quality wool suit is pretty expensive. Like it's not a cheap endeavor.
When I went to UB, I had become friends with this kid, John Lindsay. Shout out John Lindsay. Every time we went out, whether it was out to the bars, whether it was to a party in our complex thing,
Yeah.
always wore a suit.
Really?
And the chicks loved it. Granted, he was 6'4", shredded,
That's it.
fucking baby
It doesn't
blue
even
eyes,
matter. But
but
that's-
wore a suit
Again,
every
okay,
time we went out.
Let's say me and you went out, started wearing a suit whenever we went out. Would it be cute and funny and like super like mysterious, or would it be fucking weird because these 5'10" guys are wearing suits at a bar? You know what I mean? Like
people about to shoot the club up. Like, what are they doing? They look out of place.
exactly. Like is it better for them because they're over 6 foot?
Had to have been.
It had to have been.
People 6 foot get away with everything.
100%. We're bringing this up again, but it's so true.
Is there a mass shooter that's been over 6 foot?
That's a good question. Has there?
I don't know. Stop height shaming. Problem solved.
Height shaming. We just solved school shootings.
Boom.
I don't know. We could be again clarifying. We could be completely full of shit right now. But
Probably are, but I definitely feel like
they're all tiny.
more majority are.
They're all tiny, wearing women's shoes.
You saying I'm next?
No, we're not saying that.
I got all these fucking tickets to pay. I might be.
Get out of here with that. Have you? But wait, okay. So Peaky Blinders and mine. Have you ever watched a show and kind of catered your whatever around it?
You know, like I'm sure I have, but nothing that's ever lasted. Maybe like a couple of days.
Like what? What specifically? Do you have anything on top of your head?
I don't know. Whether you watch something and it's a phrase and you start saying it.
Sure.
I know I've done it.
Put a
I
wager on it.
fucking piggybacked off everything, but I don't think I've ever committed fully to anything.
I hear that. I feel like there's nothing. So it always goes back. Do you ever read the book Fight Club?
No, but I've seen the movie.
Okay, sure. There's a line in Fight Club where it's like nothing about me is original. Everything is a copy of a copy of a copy of a
Yeah.
copy. Same thing. I feel like there's nothing that was loud. There's nothing that there's nothing about me that I feel like I haven't like seen or like from someone else. You know what I mean? Like there's no I feel like original thought that I'm like, oh, I thought of this, but it's like no, I thought of this because I heard about this or heard about something else from something else that's already been done before. You know what I mean?
Think so? You think you're like that?
Yeah, I do. I think everyone's like that. Do you think you have these like crazy original thoughts that no one's ever thought of? Like hit the whole idea of history repeats itself is like real because it fucking does. Right? Like
I'm sure we both. Well, I think when you hear something, maybe then it frames it in a way, and then you find your actual opinion on it. But I don't think like you believe like.
no, I'm not saying I copy everything, but I'm saying is like I guess I'm getting more existential than I need to. But I'm saying like I'll see or have someone do something and be like, okay, that's whatever, and I
That is what you
form.
know now.
Yeah, exactly. And then you base everything your presuppositions
yeah.
off of that, right? So what I'm saying is like you have to have that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because
you have to.
we're just surrounded by media and everything, so
Exactly.
everything is right there. Like I don't think like to have an original thought would mean like you're off the grid.
That's what I mean. Exactly, yeah. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
see people do things and I'm just like, oh.
Oh yeah, I'm a collection. I pick and choose. Like I want this trait. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm a culmination of all of the things that I like.
No, exactly. Right. I see people like I guess this just goes on to the social media. I see people post and they like try and make themselves out to be this like this original like whatever. I'm like you're everything you're doing right now is I have seen someone else do.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just like, okay.
and you can tell. That's the point.
That's the crazy
It's
part.
like you're just posing. Like we know that that's not. We know this is an act.
100 and that goes back to like me saying that I see that show and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear a 3-piece suit and start smoking cigarettes. The worst is that when you see and people have every right to do this, right? But I'll see someone and know who this person is. Like I'll know exactly what they do, what their interests are. Like I've communicated with them, and then out of nowhere, they'll completely change, and I'm like, oh, you're a completely different fucking person now. Like what happened? What caused you
Yeah.
to do that? Do you ever think that?
Yeah.
Like, who did you meet? What show did you fucking watch? What drug did you do? Like, what made you just be a completely different human?
Yeah. Well, everybody always, somewhere along the lines, I think when you're young, someone makes an impression on you.
Sure.
And then that's who you kind of become.
It like your
And
first
you have to fit a
personality.
mold. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I mean more like as an adult.
Oh.
But I agree with you. No, for like
I think
when
it's harder for an adult. I think if you're an adult and you're doing that, like
but you know,
a little
but-
cuckoo.
No, but have you like had friends or had people that you've like been like communicado with, and then you maybe don't talk to them for a while, and then you see them again, and they're a completely different person. Like they changed everything about them. You know, and it's at a point where like you knew them before when they were an actual adult. Like they were able to formulate. It wasn't like they were a kid or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
were an actual adult, and then you see them again, and you're like, oh shit, everything that you were before is like not who you are right now.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I know, a handful, but they're also a little cuckoo. Like when we get talking to people about our age.
That's true. The older I get, the more I see crazy people.
Oh, well, and everything's
and
crazy.
Like, and like acknowledge them as like being crazy. Like when I was younger, I like would see or hear people talk and say things, and I think I just wasn't able to formulate an opinion about what they were saying.
Yeah.
But now I'll hear people talk. I'm like, what the fuck is this person on right now? Like what? Like not on is drugs, but like on is just like what are they saying?
How did you end up at that point to say
Yeah.
that?
You went from A to Z real quick.
Yeah. I don't know. Remember when I told you I just don't care?
Yeah.
Like I've adopted that mentality, and I think too many people just care. Like they have too many they're so impressionable, like we're saying, that they have too much to say and to voice to fit what they want to be, kind of.
Yeah. Does that go back
Does that
into
make
social
any
media?
sense?
As far as like thinking that their opinion really matters,
Everything.
that everyone gives a shit about it?
Or just seeing people and being around people in person. Like I'll take that, and I'm going to be that.
This is a complete side note, but I want to hear your opinion on this. Okay.
Hit me.
Hit me. So everything that people do on social media, if they post, for the most part, is for attention, right? Like you
Why
have
you
to.
do it.
That's why you do it. Like anybody that tells me that they post something for like them or whatever is complete bullshit, right? Like, are we on the agreement with that?
Couldn't agree
And there's
more.
nothing wrong with that, right? That's just kind of the way that it is right now. Okay. So no matter whether you post a selfie, whether you post anything, you know that that person sat in their fucking bedroom, took however many pictures, and decided on the right one to post for the rest of the world to see, right?
Okay.
Are we on the same page
Yep.
here? We're in kind of agreement. Granted, whatever. I just find it so funny that like one is like, I guess, more or less acceptable, or like we just kind of glance over it. Example. For the most part, if you saw a guy at the gym, right, or you saw a picture of a guy at the gym or whatever, just like taking a picture shirtless in the mirror, right?
Yep.
What are you thinking for the most part?
Tool.
Tool, right? If you see a girl,
Like the audience they're
Right.
going for.
right? If you see a girl post a selfie smiling with her titties out, like fully out, like you know that that person isn't walking around with their titties out like that. They made a conscious decision to take a picture with their titties out. What are you thinking then?
Tell me I'm pretty.
Right, but are you saying
Unless
like
it's a nude, is what you're saying.
no? I'm talking about just like a selfie. But
Yeah.
like, are you saying like tool, or are you just saying like, oh, that's just like a picture?
I'm saying that's just a picture.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's equivalent to me, and this is what I thought. I saw some girl post a picture of like her, like literally her titties out, pretty much. Like they weren't out, but like her cleavage was out, like
Yeah.
aggressively, like to a point that you could have taken that selfie picture 1,000 different ways, but you chose to take it that way strictly to post it to get likes.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just like, I see that, and I'm like, it's obvious what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's really not. Like, play your game, whatever. Same thing, there's nothing wrong with a guy fucking whatever. It doesn't fucking matter to me. It's the fact that people do that and then pretend like they're not doing it. Or then they go on a big spiel that's like, people objectify me and do whatever. It's like, I'm not saying anyone deserves whatever, but I'm like, you have to know what you're fucking doing. Like, you have to. Or are we so subconscious now that social media is like the way of our lives that we don't think about that? Or am I just going crazy right now? This is just kind of a thought. So please,
Okay.
let's just go on.
Let's
this.
unwrap this.
Let's unwrap this.
Yes. Like the reason that you share everything is to share it with
Right.
everybody.
Right.
Like it's you don't open up a Instagram page for your own collection of stuff. You have your phone camera.
Sure.
So the intention is to do that. So then when you have chicks like you know how you know how they sit one ass cheek like up on a kitchen table or something
Yep.
to show off their butt?
Yep.
It's like, well, you're doing that like so people can comment on your butt when it's like you wouldn't be sitting there because I want to eat there. Like
Yeah.
that's a kitchen table. Why are you sitting on it like that?
Exact same thing. Okay. No, exactly the same thing. But you see that too, right? Like it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also see it so much. Goes back to the first question you asked me. I see it so much that like it's almost all that you see girls post, like that I follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Call me shallow. I don't care. I like hot women. But they post that, so it's just another picture to me. I've just accepted that's what it is.
So I guess that's again where I'm trying to get with that is I'm seeing that and I'm just like, I get what they're doing. Like I get it. But I'm just like, do you think they as people are like consciously thinking about that? They have
Yeah.
to, right?
They have to.
They have to.
I've talked to a chick who would post a picture,
Yeah.
and if it didn't get enough likes,
Delete it.
post it again,
'Cause
the
of the
next day
algorithm.
at another time,
Yep.
to boost their stuff up.
100%. But does it ever bother you on both ends? Again, but does it not bother you, but like I hear it and I'm just like, what the fuck? When people will make, or have you ever seen it? People will make posts or stories and be like, I'm so sick of people like judging me or objectifying me. Like, what are you like? What do you like? What in your perfect world? What do you want out of this? Like,
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? And you know what I mean? And then you get the side that's like, well, you're victim blaming and you're judging someone for like. At the end of the day, it's like, what the fuck do you? What do you want?
Or like some profound comment on there, like, my future husband's gonna find the best personality out of me, and he's gonna draw all these things, while the picture is them like fucking slapping their tits against each other. Like they don't go hand in hand.
No, not at all.
Or some dude, like going like this, showing some sort of muscle, and
Yeah.
it's like, all I want is to be in a happy relationship. Like, no, you don't.
No, you
No, you
don't.
don't.
And there's nothing wrong with posting those things. Again, it's just I can't get behind the people who pretend like they're this fucking visionary or they're not doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
man, I was
Yeah.
thinking about this the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it just dawned on me when I looked at this picture. I was like, "You could again." It dawned on me that you could have taken this picture 1,000 different ways, but you chose this, and I feel like there's just something there where I'm like, you made the conscious decision to make this picture,
And then probably edited it.
and then edited it, and then put it out with your thought being like, "I really hope," because at the end of the day, what you really hope you get likes. And you hope that someone comments and slides in your DMs? Like, you have to, right?
Yeah. And we're not blaming them. And guess what?
No.
You get enough likes and you start building a following, you're going to make money off those
Sure.
pictures that you would take anyways.
100%.
It's weird.
It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know.
You know what else is weird?
What?
Have you ever, like, you see a chick with a really hot picture
Okay.
and then you read the comments? Like, the people that leave comments, like, what are we doing here?
Oh my God.
Like, so hot with a heart. Like,
The worst is like they're old. Not usually. Not I don't know. They're not always old, but it's I read some of these people's comments and I'm like, do you think no one else can see this?
yeah.
And honestly, man, if they're posting that in the comments, I wonder what they're posting just in general.
Oh, yeah.
But like, yeah, some of them are just like, I want to be between those cheeks. I'm like, you're just
Yeah,
saying this out
you're-
there.
Yeah.
Like,
you're
does-
out there in the ether, dude.
How often does this work for you? Like, what the hell? It's true though. Like, I really don't understand what these people think when they.
I
comment
don't
these.
want to be friends with people that leave comments. Like,
That's
those people.
so true because I couldn't tell you the last time I left a comment, and my question is like, what? I think that goes back into the idea that people think that their opinions or the things they have to say actually mean something
Yeah.
out in the the sphere of fucking millions of people posting.
Yeah.
That they feel the need, or the people who post on celebrities like stories that are like, oh my God, so cute. Like they're never gonna fucking see that comment.
Never. You're
Okay,
one of
example.
100,000.
Example. So I watched it was a T-Pain video. What T-Pain didn't know that if you have a blue check mark, you have like a private
Yeah.
inbox. And it was all these comments. And half of like the blue check mark people, like I think the one that popped up to me was like Viola Davis, like that actress.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yo, what up, T-Pain? My name's Clark. I work with Viola Davis. Like that was the beginning of the
Yeah.
thing. And it's just like you see all these people comment on these celebrities, whatever the picture is, but you know that person most likely is never going to see that, but yet they still post or they still comment on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just think that's crazy. You have to be a special type of person to comment on.
I should also clarify, it's like the comments we're talking about. Like, not like friends or you're making
No.
jokes or something
Sure.
into a comment. It's like when you think that they give a fuck. Like, because you don't even know them, the people that you're commenting on, and you're just like praising or whatever. Like, that's strange.
It's very strange. And I'm just, again, I wish that I could know what goes on in some of these people's fucking heads, like just for a day, to see what some of their thought process is.
I don't think I want to know. I think it's too much.
I would love to.
I think it's like
Love
like
to.
Pong, but with like 8 different balls and 8 different sliders that just going all the time.
And it always ends in like the wrong place.
Yeah.
They never win their game. That is so funny because I didn't even think about those comments, but some of them are so bad.
But I tell you what, one of my favorite things is reading comments.
Oh, like people spend hours on TikTok, which
Yeah.
I do too, but I'll spend hours like on someone's picture reading through all the ridiculous
Yeah,
comments.
that's me. I'm not really on TikTok, but I'm a comment reader.
It's so
it just
bad.
makes me laugh.
I'm like, what is going on? And then my favorite is when there'll be a post about some girl at fucking like picking strawberries, whatever, because I picked strawberries today. Some girl picking strawberries, and then some guy will post like I don't know, hot ass with strawberries, and then
Yeah.
and then someone else will post, listen guys, I don't think you're really thinking about the strawberry shortage that's going on, and then another person will be like, listen, do you not care about the environment? What the fuck? And there'll be a complete argument like 30
Yeah,
things
yeah.
deep about things that don't even have anything to do with the
Yeah.
picture. And I'm like, what are you doing with your life that you're arguing about global warming on some girl's picture with her titties out picking strawberries? Like, what is going on?
I love those people because they're trying to do that. Like, have you ever seen the memes where like the funny comments left on Pornhub that have nothing to do with the porn,
No.
but they say like a real thing, and then everybody else has like an interaction with that comment? It's hilarious.
Oh, I didn't even know you can comment on Pornhub videos.
Yeah,
Really? There's a comment section?
yeah.
Never
Under all the
saw.
videos,
Never saw that.
but like the memes that
I go
people
on a
post,
mission.
it's hilarious.
That's funny.
Like, imagine how many people comment on Kim K's stuff.
Oh, so many.
She probably doesn't even run her own thing.
Oh, there's 100% she doesn't. There's no way. She probably has access to it, but like all the posts. Listen, she probably has so many like contractual posts that she needs to make on a daily basis. There's no way she could probably like,
Yeah.
keep up with it. Right, with all the time that she has to
Yeah.
fucking be fed grapes and.
Speaking of Kim K, didn't you
Yeah.
say that Dana White said she should fight Amanda Nunes or something?
Yeah, there was the fight that just went on. It was the Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. Or no, was it Logan or the
Yeah,
other one?
Logan.
And obviously that fight shouldn't have happened. It was such a ridiculous fight. But yeah, Dana White, the head president of the UFC,
Yeah.
owner, whatever, came out and said like, if Kim Kardashian wanted to fight Amanda Nunes, it would be the highest like grossing fight ever. But no one would like. But no one actually wants to see that.
Right.
Like it would not. It's the same thing.
What point was he trying to make with that?
Just how ridiculous it was that Floyd would fight this guy.
So he thinks that nobody wanted to see it?
Yeah. Well, just that like it wasn't even like fair.
What do you think about, like, I know we talked about celebrity boxing at one point, but it was like between two cokeheads, like Aaron Carter and Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is it's more real.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about this stuff?
I like the idea of having two like if it was two celebrities fighting, I think that'd be so much fun to watch. Because I think they'd be throwing haymakers and like, you know, they're both kind of on the same level that it would be entertaining to watch.
Kind of like a rough and rowdy feel.
Yes.
Okay.
But when it's someone who's claiming that they're a professional against people who are actually professionals, or you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a different tier level. I just don't find that entertaining or like fun to watch.
Neither do I.
McGregor was like right on the cusp where I'm like, all right, he's a striker. I would have liked to see him go into that world.
Only because we haven't seen it before, right? And you want to say,
Sure.
he's not a boxer, but he's got boxing experience. Let's see what a non-boxer can do with a boxer.
Yep,
I think that's the only reason why that fight worked.
100%.
I don't think you could do the same numbers now with it.
No. Although he did hold his own for the first like 3 rounds. Then he got tired.
Did you watch the fight?
Yeah.
The Paul Floyd?
No. I saw the highlights. I fell asleep.
Here's my point. People are going to see what they want to see with it. Some people say, oh, well,
You know the video of like Floyd, like it was like Floyd knocked him out and then held him up so the fight
yeah,
kept going.
I was going to bring that up. And I don't know if he actually did. Kind of looks like he went limp.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, well, he didn't knock out Logan and he looks 44. Like, this ain't the same Floyd. It's like, you're going to see what you want to see. I saw Floyd dismantle this man. He
Yeah.
did what he wanted to do. Whether or not he wanted to put him out or not, you know. Well, Logan lasted 8 rounds or whatever it was.
He probably wanted to last 8
Yeah.
rounds or whatever.
Yeah. It's just, I don't really care much for it. Like, this fucking mic isn't staying up. Like,
There you go.
there we go. What was I gonna say? Like, if I'm a boxer, like up and coming, let's say I'm 10-0 since everybody starts 30-0.
Okay.
Like, and I want to be a real boxer. I'm pissed that people like. I'm not mad at Logan Paul or Jake Paul. Get your money. If people will pay, go ahead and do it. I'm more mad that people are interested in it, taking away from people that actually have legit skills
Mm-hmm.
that like could showcase a better fight.
Sure, the fight may be better, but the lead up won't. And I think that's what you need. You have to be able to sell a fight, right?
And that's boxing's problem, I guess.
That's 100% boxing's problem. And honestly, it's borderline UFC's problem too, because UFCs are obviously taking over boxing, I think, in popularity.
100%.
But I think since, who's the the one that turned actress that got her ass kicked after a couple
Ronda
fights.
Rousey.
After she retired and after Connor kind of went back and forth and whatever, who else do they have to sell these fights? Really?
Well, how big are you into the UFC?
But I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about the average person because that's boxing. There are still boxing fans. They're gonna watch Canelo and watch whatever,
Sure.
but they're not. You're not drawing the whatever person.
Sure.
McGregor drew whatever. Rousey drew those other people,
Sure.
and I feel like just the issue. You need that person who maybe is a fucking asshole or maybe says things that they shouldn't or whatever that are gonna draw the people in.
Yeah.
And that's their
I
problem.
get what you're saying. I'm a Connor dick rider, first of all. Everybody should know that.
Yes, you do. I remember you used to come in with a picture for like the haircut. You're like, make me look like
Yeah,
Conor
yeah.
McGregor.
I, never mind. Love Connor.
Yeah,
There was an art to the shit talking, though.
sure.
Everybody else that tries to replicate him, it comes across as like, you're not this
Fake.
person. It's not good at what you're not talking good shit.
Mhm.
Like, it just sucks. Yeah, sure, you're loud and you're making headlines because you're saying stupid shit, but you're not good at it.
Sure.
And I have a problem with that.
And that's what's so crazy about the Paul brothers is they've been doing this for so many years. So like to me, they're coming off as like their authentic, just shitty selves.
Yeah.
Because that's just like what they've done for this entire time. Like
Yeah.
they've made a living on trolling people and putting it on the internet.
Yeah. Because the argument right now is like, are the Paul brothers or really Jake Paul? Are
Jake
they-
Paul's the only one that's I think a legitimate fighter. He's what 2-0,
2, 3-0?
whatever. Either way, I think he's undefeated. The other one's trash.
It's
I
like,
think.
are the Paul brothers bringing back boxing? Well, let's define boxing. Who did he beat?
No, he lost to KSI.
No, that was Logan.
That's what I mean. But
Jake. I know he beat Nate Robinson. I know he beat Ben Askren. Thought he had a third fight. Like a YouTube person the first time.
maybe.
You're not. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Bringing back boxing? You have yet to beat a boxer. Like, I don't like the fact that we're pushing like the hype behind this. I'm not even saying he's a bad boxer, but let's go prove it against somebody that is a boxer.
100%.
You beat Ben Askren. Oh, he was in the UFC, multi-champion, multi-promotional world champion. Sure, he's a couple months removed off a hip replacement who've never thrown hands.
Well, I'll tell you what though, and that was the thing with the fight is my thing was if Logan was a real fighter, like a real boxer,
Yeah.
he should have knocked out Floyd. Because Floyd is what 5'7", 5'8", 140.
We'll say 160. I think he's less than that.
I think he weighed in like 148, 150.
Oh, that's way lighter than I thought.
Logan Paul's 6'3", 200.
He's a big fucker.
A big fucker. And I don't necessarily
And
mean-
athletic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if he was a real fighter, like taken seriously, I just feel like there's a big height difference or body difference that should have, carried over. It should have been a lot less close than it was. You know what I mean?
Yes. And it's like, people would say, oh, yeah, there's a round for Logan. There's a round for Logan. It's like, well, Floyd's like, you don't understand that there's levels to this. Floyd's not letting a guy that has no boxing experience beat him.
Yeah.
Like, there was one point in the fight, I don't know if this was one of the highlights that you saw, like, Floyd was kind of like just blocking and retreating.
Yeah.
And Logan just went haywire. It barely connected on anything,
But
but
it
it's
didn't
like,
even look like he was like had any sort of like
yeah.
he's never learned how to box. He
Yeah.
looked like he was just running after him, hitting
Yeah.
him.
Any competent boxer would, throw a kidney shot in there, he would hurt him
Sure.
if he's not doing anything back. Like, it's a dumb spectacle to me. I wasn't hyped for it, but I didn't want FOMO, so I watched it.
Yeah, and I didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
I
And you know
watched
why
that.
I think it was on a Sunday night? Because nobody wanted to pay for it. You saw the stands. Nobody was hardly there.
I was just gonna say, did you see the people that were there? They had to sit like a mile away. It was raining.
yeah.
It was like there was rain that was on. It was the most like hood rat, like just
Not as much
terribly
as-
put on.
Not as much as Triller. Did you watch the last Triller event?
No.
Everybody was high and drunk that was commentating on it. Oh my God, it was a fucking riot.
What is is that who?
That's
does
when
Triller?
Jake Paul beat.
Robinson.
Yes.
Oh, I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, Pete Davidson. I mean, everybody was there, and it was like it wasn't a real event for a real event.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Like, that's what this should have been.
But is
But-
that the new real event? You know what I mean?
If
'Cause I
it
feel
is,
like
then I'm fine with that.
yeah.
Let's not call it a boxing match then.
Yeah, let's call it just like a boxing spectacle.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing to watch. I'm fine with that.
I'm not paying $50, $60 pay-per-view for it though. No way.
One of the announcers was like, "Yep, saw this the other night at 4 a.m. at the Waffle House when they were describing the Paul Floyd fight."
It was ridiculous. I'm glad I didn't watch it. I fell asleep. Some of the second fight on the card though was really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Did you watch Ocho Cinco?
The end of it. I hopped on late. I couldn't get the stream to work.
Chad Johnson, older guy, kind of got some hands.
He got knocked down, didn't he?
Yeah, he got knocked down.
At the end.
But I
saw
still
that
gave him
part.
if you're giving out dubs, I think he gets a dub.
Really?
Which is, and we've talked about this before, like us always trying to eat healthy and be shredded and stuff and get bigger. Ocho Cinco came out in a shirt that said Ocho versus science because the dude lives off McDonald's and Diet Cokes and smoking cigars all the day. Like that's all he does.
But he
is-
just grinds.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it genetics or do you think he just works more
Again-
so that he can do it?
Listen, I know people who are like 6'3", okay, over 6 foot, whatever, and they tell me they need to like eat mass. Like they're old enough that their metabolism should have slowed down, but they're still like, I need to eat like mass gainer, like
Yeah.
1,000-calorie smoothies in order to like keep on my weight. I'm like, some people just, I feel like if you're just big, like Ocho Cinco has to be what, 6'4"?
He's a pretty tall guy. 6'3",
Yeah.
I'd say.
Okay, but he has to, you know what I mean? It's just like you're at that point where your body needs to like work harder to keep the weight on. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I don't have that problem.
And he fucking shred. Like I just don't get it. Like you made the comment. I'm in the gym all the time. I eat pretty healthy.
Yeah.
But like you couldn't tell.
No.
I'm not gaining much. I'm getting stronger, but you couldn't tell.
And I tried to
anything
say
about
that as
me.
nice as possible, but like really, like I feel like you go to the gym so regularly, and every time I ask you to whatever, you're always like, I eat chicken and rice, and I'm just like
4 days of the week.
and I'm like, Tyler, you should be fucking yoked out of your mind. Like, for how many months this has been going on, I'm
Yeah.
like, you need to look. You should look like you're about to be in a Marvel movie.
It's the weekends, man. Go haywire. I think I make up all the calories that I don't get like Monday through Thursday, eating Friday, Saturday, half a Sunday.
That's funny.
I just don't know. Like, are you gonna watch Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley?
Yeah, probably. Just because I think again, if I'm gonna pick one of the two brothers to watch box, it's gonna be Jake Paul. I think
Yeah.
he's the one that actually has the talent more so than the other one.
You know who's buying these? First of all, I don't know who's buying these
I don't-
fights.
I mean, you
The
can get,
numbers
you can
have
get-
to be
you can
awful.
get anything illegally online.
I know,
Yeah.
but like I'll buy something that I want to
The
watch.
YouTubers, the little 13-year-old girls that love him from YouTube.
They're not buying.
and
They're
Disney
streaming
Channel.
it.
You're right, they're streaming it.
You know who's buying these fights?
Who?
Who I feel like? Did you see that somebody bought invisible art?
That fucking guy? Yeah, I saw that. What a joke.
What is this world?
What a joke. I don't know. Did you see the taxes got leaked for all these billionaires?
Yeah,
Like how much they paid?
yeah. I saw like Jeff Bezos was on there.
Really low. Like really low.
How do you feel about that?
This is what I don't understand. We all need taxes. Taxes do things, right? But
When put correctly, yes.
when put correctly, right? Libertarian in me. Okay. There are things that you can do in order to like lower your tax burden. That
Yeah.
any American, like regular American, like the tax code is like there. Like you can do things. You can start a small business. It doesn't even have to be like a good business, but you can write off plenty of things to lower that tax, like legal things.
Yeah.
But most people just don't do it. You know what I mean? I get that there are these people who are trillionaires and like whatever that need to pay a chunk of money. But I'm like, you can do things that like help yourself out with, you know, the tax burden. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know. But also I'm like, Elon Musk has done a lot for like our world. So
I have 2 points to what you said. One, like you just said, there's rules in place for this to happen. So you can be mad that they're not paying taxes, but guess who made all these loopholes and all these?
the people you keep voting for.
Yeah. So what are you mad?
On both sides
Who are
of the
you
aisle.
mad at?
On both sides of the aisle.
And then you're just gonna raise them. Well, guess what? They're just gonna find another way to stay where they're at.
And what's crazy is like you get mad about these billionaires, but what about the millionaires that are on Instagram and these celebrities that you think are so like holier than thou that are 100% benefiting from the same tax code?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they'll say that they're so woke on fucking these social media apps, and you'll praise them for whatever, but you know they're doing the exact same thing. Because at the end of the day, like, their fucking wallet matters more than whatever, because that's their real life.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
And you remember when you were a kid, you were like, man, if I just had $1 million, that was so much money. Now we're throwing around trillions like it's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I wonder how. There's got to be fucking 1 million+ millionaires in this country.
Maybe.
I feel like everybody's a fucking millionaire now.
Yeah, sure, dude. And that's why. And you know what? I keep being like the little chicken or Chicken Little, like the the world was falling. Like,
Yeah.
this economy is going to crash again. The amount of money that we are printing, the fact that interest rates are so ridiculously low, like the Fed is fucking up, and it's going to come down. Like, there's no way that it can't. There's no way. And then people are going to act surprised when it does.
Yeah.
It's just nuts to me.
Because it's like everybody you see on Instagram, you're like getting hundreds of thousands of likes. You're like, you're getting paid off that. And then on however many different things, like these people that you probably think are billionaires probably be about, what you think they make.
Yeah.
Who's paying that? Like, obviously the sponsors, but like, where's all the money come from? Like, I'm just liking your picture.
Yeah.
Like, and that transfers to dollars from someone from
a
where?
company, like they're influencers, so like the companies. So
Right,
like,
but like I'm not buying anything from that company.
no, but somebody is
Enough for me and them.
probably. Yeah.
I just feel like it doesn't seem like enough money.
It's those people. It's the comment peoples. It's the people who are commenting on their posts are the same ones that are buying the quote like the shitty fit tee that all these
Yeah.
influencers are peddling.
In Invisible Arts,
And invisible art.
I can't get over that.
That's a joke.
It's like the banana wrapped in duct tape.
Well, dude, that's just it.
tape.
Nothing is real, right? That's like the postmodern, the whole idea that nothing is real. No opinion is the right opinion. Therefore, no opinion matters, or
Right.
no like whatever matters, and that's super dangerous. We can get real deep here.
No,
On
I'm
stuff,
good.
but yeah, I think this is a pretty good podcast, man. What are you thinking?
I dig all of them.
I dig all of them too. Anything you want to say to the viewers before we end it?
I
cut it
got
off.
30 days, so you'll hear back from me on all my tickets to get everything squared away. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated.
The weekly. We'll see if we get it solved.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned next week. Give us a like and comment, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.